finished second to wrap up the overall Grand Prix championship. But Evelyn Ashford, moments ago, he did not look to be in a very promising situation.
It looks like he might have a cramp. It's going to be questionable if he can finish this race or not.
Now, a year ago, in this same meet, in this same final, he pulled out at the last minute because of an injury. Greg, as you know, has one of the most checkered histories in track and field. There are many in the track and field world who would not be surprised to see him have trouble here on the verge of clinching a Grand Prix championship. He's in lane 1. That's another oddity. In the middle of the track, Mark McCoy of Canada gets great start. Stephane Caristan of France looked very good in qualifying. Tony Campbell appears to be on form. So Foster, who must finish second to finish ahead of Tim Lewis for the overall Grand Prix championship, may be up against it here. As they come out of the block, Foster has a reasonably good start, but in lane 3, it is Mark McCoy with a terrific start, and as they came down to the tape, Foster leaned in and looked as though he may have gotten there at the last minute, and look at him limp away from the wall. If indeed he got there, that would stand as a courageous performance for Greg.
It's very hard for athletes to compete and be injured at the same time, but he showed a lot of courage.
Let's take another look now, Evelyn, and try to see if he favored it in any way during the race.
It didn't look as if he favored it at all in this race. Greg has done something twice this year I have not seen him do, and that's come from behind, accelerate. And that's surprising for him.
McCoy was still ahead there. McCoy was still ahead there.
This is the second time that he has done that this year.
And it certainly appears as though Foster got there first. So he's got his Grand Prix championship, his $10,000. And let's go to Marty LaCour.
Jim, I'm standing over him right now. He's in a lot of pain. He's really squeezing his upper lip to try and not think about his calf, which seems to have really cramped. And you know, he didn't finish the race last year. In the outdoor championships, he had the leg problem, went into the race and won it. So even he doesn't know how the legs are going to react. He's really 2-1 now in making that decision to go ahead. He had to run today because he wanted to go to the World Championships. It's hard to believe he'll be able to run again next week. I think the 2 world records that he tied last week on the West Coast took a lot out of him.
Bothered by an apparent cramp, Greg Foster nevertheless did what he had to do. Got to the tape ahead of Mark McCoy and the others and wrapped up the overall Grand Prix championship.
Okay. It's okay.
Back in Madison Square Garden, where there's still more to learn about Greg Foster's exploits in the hurdles. And let's go back to Marty on the stadium floor.
It's loose, Coach. It's loose.
Well, Greg, you've had this problem before. You're getting to know it. You think it'll be okay by next week?
I'm sure it will. It's just a lot of fluids lost in the system.
You think last...
No, it's just all the traveling, I think, more than anything. I just haven't been eating right and haven't been drinking enough fluids. And so I have no one to blame but myself.
Well, you had a lot of things to go for in this race. If it wasn't for the Grand Prix and the championship, would you have run?
I don't know. I'm just happy I at least made the team. I don't know where I finished. All I know is I made it through the race, and I'm just glad it's over.
Okay, good race, Greg.
Launch is on the way.